Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jack, and I'm majoring in architecture. And as an architecture student, I'm sensitive to the environment and the layout. And last week, I also wrote a research paper about Banksy, the very famous graffiti artist. And I get a lot of inspiration from him. Especially his works always combine with environment and change and improve the environment too. And he also had some new meanings to the environment to broaden the audience horizons and experience his understanding. So I want to distribute some materials to change the environment which is void and chaotic. And this is my work. And because this work needs to show in a very, very dark environment and in a specific scales, specific angles, and the material is sand which is very difficult to move. So I took some pictures and made an analysis to show my project. And now I will tell you about how I made it. And first, I assembled 5 black foam boards and 1 black glossary contact paper to create a very dark environment, and it looks like works. And in a contact paper, I distribute the unordered sand into 5 stacks, and in the tops of the box, I made a small holes and I cover up paper on the small holes. And on this paper, I also made 5 small holes. And then I use a flashlight to light the holes. And the light will went through the holes and illuminate the sand. And why I use white sand is that the sand is always unordered, and no light will make people feel silent, and it will make people feel silent and very void. And the black environment also represents chaotic. And then I want to make some change about the environment. And my inspiration is most from the ancient Chinese philosophy, especially the notion of the 5 fundamental elements. It's a little bit like the ancient Greek philosophy. Ancient Chinese people always believe that there have 5 elements created the world, which is earth, metal, water, wood, and fire. And the 5 elements also can generate with each other. It means that earth will generate metal, metal will generate water, and water will generate wood, and wood will generate fire, and fire will generate earth again. These 5 elements also have different characteristics. For example, earth is neutralizing, and metal is contrasting, and water is moistening down, and fire is burning above, and wood is stretching. And so according to the characteristics, I made a layout which looks like a figure consists of 2 different equilateral triangles. And because the wood is stretching, so I put the stacks which represent wood in the one endpoint of the big triangles, and because metal is contrasting, so I put the metal in the endpoint of the small triangles, and also the Earth is neutralizing, so its shape is a concentric circle, which in the center is empty, and I put it in the center of this layout. And the water is also concentric circle, But the center of the water is deeper than around, because I want to make it look like a jump on the sand, like this. And I also use sand to connect these 5 elements to show the connection. And the reason I made 2 equilateral triangles is because this triangle's structure is most strongest in the nature, which represents a strong relationship with these 5 elements. Based on the size, based on the reach and scales in the real world, as the size is different. The water is the biggest one, and the fire is the second biggest size, and the earth is third, and the wood is fourth, and the metal is smallest. And now the world is created, and the environment now has substance and order. And what's more, I also get some inspirations from the Japanese rock garden. When people observe the object horizontally, you can see that the contact paper reflects the light of the stick. It will make people. It makes the environment look like some very small islands in the oceans, and make people feel like more dynamic and active, because water always flowing. And all in all, the reason I made this project is that I want to present that art can change the environment and influence the environment, and also it can add some feelings to the environment. And sometimes we don't need to create a new work with some new materials and new environment. The only the things you can do is just like redistribute or reconstituting some old materials in the old environment to change a little. Sometimes will give you some surprise, and also combine a lot of inspirations. Greatly will not make people feel confused, but surprised and fantastic. Thank you. This is my project.